dia, lindezas! Eu sou a Marja, eu tô aqui na Irlanda tem quase 10 anos e hoje eu aproveitei esse dia tipicamente irlandês, nublado, e vim dar uma volta aqui no centro de Rush, que é uma cidadezinha, né, que fica pertinho de Dublin, e um amigo muito querido mora aqui. Então eu vou mostrar pra vocês agora quem eu vim visitar. Amigo! Ah!
Bom dia, galera!
Bom dia, Ross! So,
welcome.
This is your hood.
This is my hood, yeah. This is where I'm from. So yeah, I'm going to show Matt a little bit of Rush today. We're going to get a little bit of coffee and show you a little different side to Ireland that maybe you haven't seen.
Let's go on our tour and Ina is going to join us as well. Olha, o Ross acabou de me falar que isso aqui é um painel feito a giz, né? Que mostra os principais pontos aqui de Rush.
Cheers!
Amigo, I want to know, Rush, is Rush a city, a town? What is it after all?
It's a small town.
Okay.
So in Ireland, it's not like in Brazil where everything is a city. You guys call everything a city. It goes by population in Ireland. So roughly the population of Rush here is about 11,000 people. And what constitutes a city in Ireland is about a population of maybe over 50 or 60,000 people. And if you have a cathedral or a church.
Oh, so you don't have any cathedrals here?
We don't have cathedrals. No. So the way we do it in Ireland is it's population-based villages, towns, and then cities. There's only 5 cities in Ireland. Dublin, Waterford,
Cork,
Limerick,
Galway.
and Galway.
Yay! I could have guessed it.
And in Northern Ireland, 2, Derry and Belfast.
I am
Yeah.
shook.
I am Ross. Nice to meet you, Shook.
Where are we going first?
Well, Ma, we're going to go to the beach. And now this is where Brazilian people go, but it's not sunny. Why are we going to the beach?
This is Ireland,
Yeah,
people.
this is Ireland.
Accept it.
Get over it. It's okay. You can't bring Brazil with you in your pocket.
Accept.
So we're going to go to the beach, go for a walk, drink some coffee, and maybe look at a little bit of history along the way.
Acabamos de encontrar a escola onde o Ross estudou quando ele era criança. Que bonitinho! Quanto trabalho esse menino deve ter dado, right, Ross?
Muito trabalho aqui.
Oh, you got it! Jesus, and I thought you wouldn't.
Para 5 anos, amiga. So I was like a little altar boy, like, you know, just like no sins, you know, I was perfect. Yeah.
And look at you now.
But no, when I went here to this school, I was very, very quiet. And then I turned into this lunatic now.
This lunatic that we love.
Oh, you.
And we have a horsey. That's rural
They're gonna get ready.
Ireland. And the beach just down there. Let's go. Chegamos aqui na South Beach em Rush. E ó, a maré tá altinha hoje. Tá um pouquinho nublado, um pouquinho neblina. But amigo, tell us, what can we see from here?
Well, not a lot today because it's kind of misty. Well, usually, Ma, what we can see on the horizon is any of our Brazilian friends who might be familiar with Dublin will know Howth is over here. Over here on your left-hand side, we can see Lamb Bay Island because that's where the Vikings used to store their lambs on the bay.
No
So Lamb
way.
Bay Island is said to be one of the first places in Ireland that were visited by the Vikings in 795 AD.
Olha, os cavalos vieram dar uma voltinha aqui, ó. Do they swim?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they'll go and swim.
Look.
They're dipping their toes in.
Gente, eles estão entrando na água, os cavalinhos.
Gente, você só vê isso no interior do Nordeste. Olha lá.
E agora no interior da Irlanda. Thank you, Ross.
Sem problemas, amiga. An initiative here in Rush where we're encouraging people to not litter our beaches. So 3 for the sea. Please take away 3 pieces of plastic every time you visit the beach.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. So take away your rubbish, put it in the bin, keep Rush clean.
Os cavalos estão dentro da água.
Galera,
Chocado.
tão bonito pessoalmente.
Olha que bonitinhas as plantações, gente. Quanta. Que lindo. E o mar ali.
So, guys, this part of Dublin, my town Rush, it's known as the Market Garden of Ireland because for many years, lots and lots of people in Dublin used to get their vegetables from fields such as over here. People from Dublin city centre would come here to Rush for their summer holidays. Even though it's still in Dublin, times have changed a little bit. But this area here, you know, the land here is very, very moist. It serves for good crop growth. It's not hard, there's no rocks. Maybe it's because it's right beside the sea, but it lends to good conditions for crop growth. So we have cauliflowers, we've got cabbages, potatoes are grown elsewhere in Rush. We've got carrots, turnips, parsnips, everything.
Ó a plantação de couve-flor que o Ross falou.
Yeah.
Que louco. Olha que bonitinha. Meu, as casas são lindas.
And for anybody who doesn't know, that's the Irish language.
Oh, let's take a look. And it's in Irish.
Yeah.
Lambay Island.
Lambay Island.
What is it called in Irish?
Lambay, Reichrin.
Rare.
CH in the middle of a word in Irish sounds like you're getting choked to death. It's like...
Try in.
Lambay Island now, people who study wildlife or nature reserves, like students sometimes will live over here for a few months. Over here we have a colony of wallabies. They're like these little bouncy Australian little kind of kangaroo kind of animals. They overpopulated on Dublin Zoo in the 1950s, so they got a boatload of wallabies and put them over on Lambay Island.
No way!
Yeah, true story. There was a ship called the John Taylor, and it sunk in the 1850s, and like 300 people lost their lives. They were sailing from Liverpool in England to Australia, but it was such bad weather that they got shipwrecked leaving England, came off the coast of Lambay here, and people passed away. Pretty soon in the video, you're going to get to see the anchor from the John Taylor boat. They managed to take it up from the wreckage.
Oh, let's take a look.
Yeah.
Onde ele tá levando a gente? A gente vai pular no mar. Oh my.
So nice.
So beautiful.
So this beach, it just continues all the way around the headland. So where we were previously with all the horses continues and all the way around this headland here.
É muito bonito, né, amigo?
Muito bonito e muito tranquilo, gente. É verdade, sim.
A gente acabou de chegar num memorial aqui que o Ross vai contar pra gente agora do que aconteceu.
So here is a memorial to a man called John Rover McCann. The time we're recording this is November time, and it's a very important time during Irish history. 100 years ago there was our War of Independence. There was a number of incidents took place. There was revenge shootings, there was all kind of bad things happened. But one night John was taken from his home and he was led to a field very close to here in Rush, and he was shot dead by British forces during our fight for independence. So this is a monument and people laying floral wreaths with our flag colours, green, white and orange, in tribute to him. And his surname McCann is very common here in Rush. There's still a lot of his relatives will be still living here, so this is a memorial to him. That's called a Martello Tower. There is, I think, 80 of these up and down the east coast of Ireland.
Oh, wow.
They were built to protect Ireland against invasion from Napoleon, but there was no visit from Napoleon, but we're left with these beautiful towers. And other places in Dublin like Sandy Cove and Sandymount, Dalkey, Killiney, poets like James Joyce, I think he lived in the one in Sandymount, the Martello Tower, and Bono from U2, I think, lived in a Martello Tower before he has his house now in Dalkey.
No way.
So, yeah.
And they are all called Martello
They're all
Towers.
called Martello Tower, yeah.
And do people still live in these towers?
Not really, man. No, they're more just for historical purposes. For example, the Martello Tower, I think, in Sandymount, it's a museum dedicated to James Joyce and Ulysses and stuff like that.
Olha que bonitinho que eles fizeram aqui em Rush. Ainda conta pra gente. São pedrinhas que as crianças pintaram durante a quarentena por causa do Covid. Como se fosse uma cobra, então eles chamam de Covid-19 Snake. Então vai até lá. E eles estão pensando em fazer o parque todo, a volta do parque todo, com as pedrinhas coloridas. E elas escreveram, vamos ver quanto essa cobrinha pode crescer. E aí, olha que bonitinha as pedrinhas.
So it's a challenge. Hopefully it doesn't grow too long and we can go back to normal life.
Mas ó, as crianças inovando aí. A gente chegou na North Beach agora, a praia do norte. Então tem a praia do sul e a praia do norte aqui em Rush. E ela é menorzinha, super tranquila. Do navio que o Ross contou pra gente, falou que a gente veria.
Yeah, the John Taylor, RMS Taylor.
Esse é o John Taylor.
My uncle actually has some plates, dinner plates from this.
Ó, esse aqui é o Titanic de Rush, então. Tava rolando uma tempestade, o navio afundou, 300 pessoas, mais de 300 pessoas morreram, algumas conseguiram nadar até que Rush se salvaram. Foi isso. E essa aqui é a âncora do navio.
So we're back on the main street. I'm going to take you to our library and what's called the mill bank, which is where they used to grind some wheat for the mill. It's called Jack the Bachelor. It's named after a man from Rush called Jack, and he was a pirate who used to sail the seas.
Oh wow!
And steal things and be a very naughty boy. But this, I think, is where he grew up as a boy. And now it's turned into a restaurant named after him called Jack the Bachelor. You can see up on the roof here, it's this thatched roof style that was very common in Ireland for years before tiles. So we use hay and stack it really, really fine, and that would be the protection on the roofs. Here. They're French Crusaders. They were shipwrecked and they got washed ashore in Rush, and they were so thankful for reaching dry land. They went on top of a hill in Rush and they built a little church and dedicated it to a man called Saint Maur, a French saint. And this is one of the men, one of the French Crusaders.
One of the founders of Rush.
One of the founders of Rush, yeah. Not me, I didn't found it.
Oh, we thought it was you.
Yeah.
This guy here.
Yeah, 1916 we had our rebellion against the British. That's supposed to be the GPO on O'Connell Street. And the three men in this painting over here, on the left-hand side is Pádraig Pearse, who is the man who read out the proclamation of Irish independence. The man in the middle is James Connolly. He was injured during the shooting in 1916. He was a trade union leader. He was considered a bit of a socialist for his day. And the man on the right-hand side is Michael Collins, who was the chief negotiator against the British for our negotiations to become independent from Britain, or at least 26 counties, when we were called the Irish Free State first, and then in the late 1930s we became the Republic of Ireland. So three very important people in Irish history.
Não tem guarda, não tem polícia aqui em Rush e não tem banco aqui em Rush também.
I can dance like this and I won't get arrested.
Olha, abriu o sol agora, dá uma olhada como tá lindo. Então, aqui foi a primeira igreja aqui de Rush. Em certo ponto, o teto caiu. E aí eles pensaram que ao invés de reformar e fazer de novo o teto, era mais barato construir uma igreja nova. Então eles construíram uma aqui do lado e transformaram a antiga igreja numa biblioteca. Teatro de Rush.
Yeah. 120 beautiful seats.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes we get like some Irish musicians come here and play like a small show. I was on stage here when I was a kid.
Ah.
Yeah, so, and now I'm on YouTube being dramatic. When I was 8 years old, I was dramatic in there. So welcome to the Millbank area of Rush. No one can be really sure what year exactly this was built, but from the year 1801 there is records of this mill over here. So they used to store corn right underneath here where you can see the grass verge, and above many years ago was where the process for making bread, wheat, etc. would have begun. And now it's a protected listed building here in Ireland, and it can't be demolished, and it also forms part of a square area here. A lot of our traffic in the town will revolve around the Millbank, so instead of knocking it down, it's preserved, and 2020 has to revolve around 1801.
Gente, essas 3 casinhas aqui, ó, do lado da igreja, ainda estão lá.
Olha a Escola Nacional de Rush, onde o Ross estudou dos 4 até os 12.
Little Rossinho used to go to school in here.
O pessoal ainda hoje em dia coloca as cartinhas aqui, ó, nessas caixinhas de correio. We're talking to the dogs.
Sun is out, guys. This is literally the long straight road I walked and still walk every day. As you can see, there's so many people. I can like Michael Jackson moonwalk in the middle of the road. It's Ireland.
Countryside Ireland.
I mean, so, you know, this is Dublin, a different part of Dublin. Rural area, agricultural area. My peace and quiet, my tranquillo.
Aqui vocês estão vendo, lá no fundo tem várias estufas. E aqui em Rush tem muitas estufas. Eles são conhecidos aqui como o Market Garden da Irlanda. O mercado jardim, ou o jardim do mercado. Então eles crescem muitos vegetais, muitos legumes aqui, verduras. Então por isso que a gente vê muitas estufas e muitas plantações aqui em Rush. Não é lindo? O Ross estava contando que aqui nesse campo, que é pertinho da casa dele, o exército britânico treinava os cavalos durante a Primeira Guerra Mundial, ali por volta de 1915. Então, aqui nesse campo, do lado da casa do Ross, em Rush, maluco.
Na frente da casa do Ross.
Mano, é muito louco. Are you crying?
No, I'm just being dramatic now.
Thank you so much for showing us around Rush. It was amazing.
You were very welcome.
Much history, of course. With you, it's always history, and I love to see all the little, you know, hidden spots and the beaches.
Absolutely, yeah. There's more to see, and it was a pleasure to show you guys. And I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And if you want a part 2, more history from around here,
comments down below.
Right below, absolutely. Yes, exactly. So, Ma, thank you so much for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed your day.
Comenta, deixa seu like, se inscreve no canal e ativa a notificação para saber sempre que tiver vídeo novo. Semana que vem eu tô de volta.
Thank you so much. Muito obrigado de novo.
Beijinho.
Tchau.